Ken Martin, Greg, who is the chair of the Democratic National Committee, announcing that the DNC is scrapping their report of what went wrong in the 2024 election. Had some people who were hitting me today, and they were like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. They shouldn't be doing this. This is wrong. And I was like, no, actually it's not. It's not. Because first, I've already seen 2 autopsies. In fact, if I'm correct, and Reese, you may have seen this as well, and Greg and Joy, y'all may have seen this. I swore earlier this week, let me pull it up. I swore earlier this week, or was it last week, somebody posted something called, right here. Somebody posted democratautopsy.org. And it's a Roots Action Report on the 2024 presidential election called Autopsy, How Democrats Lost the White House. And you can actually download it, and you can read the report online. So if I click right here, I can read the whole report and download it, whatever. And so here's my whole deal. If I'm Ken Martin, I'm not trying to have another what happened last year conversation, because the 2024 election is over, okay? It's over. We all know how they lost. This report says it right here, and it jumps out 6.8 million fewer people voted for Harris than they did for Joe Biden. It talked about the impact of Israel and Gaza. It talked about Harris not cutting herself from a lot of Biden policies. All right, she talked about it in her book. All right, we're good. So if I'm Ken Martin, hell no, I'm not talking about it, because I got these folks on the run. I got Republicans breaking away in the House, scared to death because their own people are going to lose health care. And there are 35 vulnerable Republicans like, oh, shit, we might lose our jobs, might lose the House. You got Senators, Joni Ernst not running for re-election. Susan Collins is in trouble in Maine. You've got Republicans cannot find a top candidate running against Ossoff in Georgia. They're scared to death of Roy Cooper in North Carolina. And so why in the hell would I put a report out that's going to lead to massive negative headlines and crapping all damn day when they're catching all the heat? To me, hell, that's called smart politics.
Yeah, in fact, but to be even smarter, they maybe should take a page from the White Nationalist Party. Remember when Barack Obama won re-election in 2012? And they had the autopsy, the GOP autopsy. And the report said, Romney didn't reach out to these minorities and they need to make a kinder, gentler GOP. There was a madman sitting in his golden tower in Manhattan that tweeted out, that's absurd. You need to double down. Leave that immigration alone. We're talking about immigration reform. That was Donald Trump. Notice how quickly they shut the F up once they quadrupled down on white supremacy and took the White House in 2016. Let's fast forward to now. Ken Martin's on the right road. But to continue on that road, and Reese, thank you, sis, for taking some of our cosplay left friends to the woodshed around Jasmine Crockett, because, you read 2 pages of Karl Marx and all of a sudden you're some kind of genius. And I didn't realize the corpse of Jill Stein was still animated until I see them floating around on some of these left websites. But at any rate, the whole point is, at this point, what you don't double down now on, Democrats, is chasing these toothless white voters that ain't never coming back to you.
Yep.
Now you go in the opposite direction. You go to Mamdani, you go Ken Martin and them. If you're not ready to do that, you need to be quiet. Finally, let's be crystal clear about what we're facing right now. Donald Trump's scared of 2 things. He is scared of not making as much money as he can. That's number 2. Number 1, he's scared of the Epstein files. Let's be very clear about all of this. This madman is running crazy. And in order to survive, he will do anything, since we've been probably on air. You see that TikTok now, the deal is going through. He got his little white supremacist friend, Larry Ellison, and them. They got a little piece of it. A couple other companies got a piece of it. And ByteDance still has a piece of it. Meanwhile, China announced this week they are testing now this huge facility they built to produce the cutting-edge semiconductor chips. China go blow past the United States and all them billionaire fools with all the technology. It's just a matter of time. And so in this collapsing entity we call United States of America, the billionaires are raiding the piggy bank, Bozo's trying to stay out of jail and get him $5 on the way out as well. The world is moving on and preparing for a post-American future. And we, trapped in this entity, got two choices. We can pretend like this is business as usual, or we can take a page from the Republicans who said, we're going to go in our direction completely and go in our direction completely. And that means Ken Martin's going to have to probably catch up a little more other than just dead in autopsies. Now, bruh, you need to come on over here with us.
When you're in a media game, Reese, what you don't do is invite you getting pimp slapped. And we all know what would happen. If Ken Martin released this report, CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, ABC, NBC, they will all be booking James Carville, Paul Begalia, every strategist in the world. What if they do? This was bad. This was awful. You would have nothing but, they would knock Republicans off the front page, off the front of the website, off the main line on the stories, and it will all be about how awful Democrats ran in 2024. We already know that. So, and like,
right.
Like people come up to me all the time, and they say, and they're stunned. They say, dude, I mean, like, you just moved on. I was like, yeah. The election was Tuesday. I was focused on 25 on Thursday. And they were like, I don't understand. We're so hurt and depressed. I went, she lost. I said, I'm sorry. I can't sit here and expend energy on losing. My whole deal is, what's the next race? And then what? That's why I was like, no, my mind's on the Wisconsin Supreme Court race. No, my mind is on those constitutional amendments in Louisiana. No, my mind is on this mayoral race and this race and this race. I'm like, yo, you can get caught up in that. And then people come up to me, Reese, I know that happens to you as well. Reese, who's going to be the nominee in 28? Fool, we sit in 25.
Right.
I tell everybody, I ain't talking 28. I ain't talking 27. I'm not talking 26. We're going to finish out 25. And then after the holidays, we're focusing on the primaries that are coming up in March, in April, and May. We're going to deal with those. And then once the primary is over, in those primaries, then we're going to deal with the Florida primary, which is in August, and the other one's in August. And then after that, we're going to deal with November. That's where the focus has to be.
Right. Well, first of all, Republicans are getting their asses kicked right now.
Yeah.
So why the hell would we sit up here and change the motherfucking topic?
You don't throw nobody no life jacket. You go, I'm gonna let your ass drown.
Yeah, and the reality is we're in a different world than whatever political calculations these dumb motherfuckers made when they stayed their asses at home or when they switched over to vote. Bitch, welcome to Trump Crow. Because it is a whole lot fucking worse than your complaints about Biden is inflation is high. Oh, inflation is even higher and it's not going down. And so if the results that we've been living in over the past 11 months aren't enough of a wake-up call to those 7 million fuckers, to those 89 million fuckers, to the 75 million fuckers who voted for Trump, then what the hell is a goddamn PDF going to do? It ain't going to do a goddamn thing. So moving right along, figure the shit out, how it works best in your particular race. But I'm actually happy that Ken Martin recognized that in addition to what it gives the media to do in terms of changing the subject, because they don't really want to talk about how fucked up Donald Trump is. They really want to talk about Democrats.
Yep.
I'm glad that he didn't really take the bait. And I personally don't want to hear shit about the Ohio white voter. I don't want to hear anything about that. And so I'm interested in listening to the people who have a solution for getting our disaffected and disillusioned voters off the damn couch. I'm interested in people who want to reach the black voters that stayed home because something didn't resonate with them or because they were effectively targeted with disinformation, and other propaganda. That's what I'm interested in having. We should be having a Project 2028, a Project 2026, a project what the fuck we gonna do for the next 15 days. That's what I want to see, not a goddamn rehashing of what happened in the election. We lost. Get over it. Elections have consequences. So yes, kudos to Ken Martin. You could talk about transparency, all that shit. It don't fucking matter. What's done is done. What are we gonna do to move forward? And guess what? that moving forward does not look like telling black women, telling black people to go to the back of the bus. You're a great white hope candidate. Everybody's going to have to compete. And good luck on activating the people that are actually reliable Democratic voters. And good luck on getting people who have felt completely left out of the system to the ballot box. If you can do that, you can win. You ain't got to worry about who else is running. Your ass can win.
That's right. That's right.
So, Joy, you have to follow. That was like 11 F words, and there were 3 MFs. That was that man. Like when you hit like 6, I was like, I got to start counting. Then it was like
my bad.
Another one, then another one, then another. So can't none of y'all send me no emails about me cussing.
Oh, I get all the hate mail for you. I get all the hate. Everybody on my ass, and
that was 3 F words and 3 MFs. 11 F words and 3 MFs. Joy, you got to follow that.
Fuck it, it's the end of the year. Now, listen, here's the only thing that Ken Martin could have improved upon. I wouldn't have even released that I wasn't releasing it. I mean, he didn't even really owe us all of that. And let's be clear, just because they're not releasing it doesn't mean they're not learning from it. What the American people need are results. What we want from the DNC is an actionable plan. We don't need to all discuss it. We need them to discuss it. We want them to do it. We want them to get us wins on the books. Forget transparency. Forget all of this, whatever. Wins on the books. Hook or crook, however you do it. That's what we want. And we all have discussed here what's winning. Zohran Mamdani is winning in New York. We have Abigail Spanberger winning in Virginia. But what they are all doing are focusing on what people want to see. They want to see increased earnings, decreased costs. They want to see improved lives for them and their family. It's just that simple. They want to be able to go and know that their vote is going to be counted and not wait all day. They want a society that works for them. There's just nothing else beyond that. That's what they want. That's what the Democrats are asking for.
Yep.
That's what moderates are asking for. That's what they need to deliver. And so talking about it, creating headlines that are distractions and are just fodder for the Jake Tappers of the world really would not have benefited anyone. And what we already know is that they did not invest properly in the communities that have been the Democratic base.
Hell
they
no.
just didn't do it, and they just didn't do that, and they got to do more.
Hey, I'm going to tell y'all something right now. I got a text message yesterday. I ain't going to name the person. Person's black, and sent me this, hey, we want to send some House candidates your way on your show. I said, y'all sending checks? I said, let me be real clear. The DCCC didn't spend any money on ads in 2024. The DSCC didn't spend any money on ads in 2024. The House Majority PAC, the Senate Majority PAC spent 0 on ads on Black Star Network. Oh, and I know they gave money to Sinclair, Comcast, Disney, Fox. I mean, I can name Nexstar, all the companies. And I made it clear, don't send me no names if y'all ain't advertising. Because guess what? This infrastructure that we built, and just understand, I've hired 3 people in the past week. I'm about to make a big hire for BlackStarNetwork.com in the next week. All that stuff costs money. So, see, we ain't playing this game. We ain't playing this game because, I stay my ass at home. There's a whole lot I could talk about right here from the studio as opposed to getting on the road and traveling around the country and disrupting my sleep and eating patterns because we out there. But again, folk need to understand something. We ain't playing no games. And see, I ain't going to sit here and have conversation with the folk in the 3rd week of October about, y'all going to spend anything. Let's just be real clear where I stand on that. And for all you Simple Simon Negroes out there who like, you got to check, you got to check, you got to check. Well, guess what? They going to run ads. on iHeartRadio. They're going to run ads on Urban One. They're going to run ads on Cumulus. They're going to run ads on all these media companies. It is projected that next year, the 2026 election, $10 to $12 billion is going to be spent on the 2026 midterms. Black-owned media, stop acting like a crumb is a meal. That's why a whole bunch of black-owned media people right now are suffocating, look like they got emphysema because they broke, because they keep sitting here promising you meetings, and that's all you get paid in is meetings. So we ain't going to do that. We're letting y'all know. And let me be real clear before I go to break. This ain't just politics. I've said to Netflix, Apple TV, Prime Video, Peacock, Paramount Plus, Stars, Showtime, HBO, do not call me trying to get celebrities on my show to promote a new show y'all got if y'all unwilling to advertise. Because if y'all value my audience enough to want to promote the show and the celebrity to them, then y'all should be cutting a check as well. Because I could talk about a whole bunch of other stuff, then talk to y'all celebrity. So again, that's the difference when you have integrity and decency and principles where you say, you're not going to play me small. Or as Wesley Snipes said in the movie Rising Sun, wrong Negro, wrong century.
This is your chance to own a piece of the creator economy. And with Start Engine, investing in Fanbase couldn't be easier. Just visit startengine.com/fanbase and click Get Equity. Opportunities like this don't stay open long, but your investment can help build a platform that pushes the future of social media forward.